Mandela's grandson, Zwelivelile Mandla Mandela, who's also an ANC MP. Really good to have you with us, Mandla. I was just wondering how it felt for you emotionally to hear that voter there say that 2024 to her feels like 1994, that this is about change after 30 years. And in a way, South Africa could potentially be giving the thumbs down to your party.
Well, this is for us a momentous occasion to be here again witnessing the seventh elections in South Africa. I think first and foremost, we must be clear that it is great for South Africans to be able to exercise their right by voting and ensure that through the IEC, we are able to illustrate to the entire African continent and the global community that we can be able to have free and fair elections, which we have had right throughout these 30 years of our democracy. But it is also important to understand the significance of this election with the gains that we have had as South Africans into rural areas and bringing about the much needed services into those areas, like access to electricity, access to water, and access to free education. But also, we must be alive to the challenges that we have faced, that of fraud and corruption, which have costed us a lot more votes this time around as we go into this election. But we are also happy as the African National Congress that our president, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, has also put South Africa on the international platform by taking the Zionist usurping entity to the ICJ, which has ensured here at home that we even won the greater numbers that we didn't enjoy previously, mostly coming from the colored and Muslim communities.
Yeah, and I do want to talk to you about that, but just in terms of the South African election, how do you feel about potentially losing the majority in Parliament and having to go into a coalition?
Well, we are not so worried in terms of numbers. We will let the South Africans decide in terms of just how much in the victory we are able to equate for. You must understand that even Britain is ruled by a 38% majority. That will give us an opportunity to see in terms of who we can go into coalition with, who are the like-minded parties that share the ideals that we have set ourselves for as the African National Congress.
Yeah, but you'd be willing to compromise?
Absolutely. I mean, in this, for us, what is critical and what is important is to advance the life of ordinary South Africans and better the lives of our people. So if that is going to enable us to be able to do it with the support of the smaller parties, the ANC is willing to look into that. And I think His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa has been clear on this matter that we will be looking to form coalitions with those like-minded parties. Even in this sixth administration, we were able to enjoy support of smaller parties like NFP as well as Al Jama. So it wouldn't be anything new to us this time around. But I think we are all waiting to see as to by what margin are we going to drop, if we are even going to drop under the 50% margin.
Yeah, listen, it's so busy over there in South Africa, and I'm sure you've got a long night ahead of you, so we're going to have to leave it there, I'm afraid. But thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Zwelivelile Mandla Mandela there, the grandson of Nelson Mandela. And, of course, we'll continue to keep you across the election in South Africa.